Everyone is telling you to be the main character of your own life, that everything should revolve around you, that you should put yourself first and protect your energy. And on the surface, that sounds empowering. But the truth is, I believe this mindset is what keeps you stuck, misunderstood, and constantly overthinking everything. Because the truth is, not everything is about you. And it's only once you realize that you start feeling more free, and that is how you become unstoppable. And that is what I'm going to show you through this video. Here are the different chapters of the video. Take out a piece of paper and a pen and let's get started. Chapter number 1, the illusion. This main character mindset is giving you the illusion that people are constantly thinking about you, constantly judging you, constantly scrutinizing you. And that is both giving you too much importance, but also keeping you stuck in your full potential. Because if you think everybody judges you, then you overthink your actions a lot more. But the truth is, people do not care that much. And if they judge you, it is not a deep-rooted judgment. It's probably just a passive judgment that they make and then forget about it forever. So don't overthink it. I used to think like this. I used to get stuck and freeze at the thought of people judging me, at the thought of people noticing and overanalyzing my actions and being disappointed in me. But then I realized that it really didn't matter that much, because they did not care that much. They just like to have an opinion on something and then forget about it, because they have their own lives. They have their own things to focus on, and your life doesn't matter that much to them, trust me. So by letting go of this, that is how you become unstoppable. Chapter number 2, the trap. This is the issue with that mindset, is that you start taking things personally, and that seeps deeply into your relationships and affects them so much, because it brings resentment where it shouldn't be. Because you start assuming that people get things about you. You start assuming things about their actions without even communicating it to them. So then you get surprised when they don't act the way you expected them to, and you start to resent them because they do. You start to resent them because they don't understand. You start to resent them because they can't read your mind, because you're the main character, right? They should get you. But no. If you do not communicate something clearly to a person, they cannot know. They cannot know how to act. They cannot know how you feel. And when that happens, you start to pull back, you start to distance yourself. But that is hurting the relationship, where you could have fixed it with communication. And that leads into chapter number 3, the shift. This is where you realize that you are not the center of everything, that people have their own perceptions, their own experiences, that they cannot read your mind, that they will not understand unless you communicate things clearly. And that is how you finally stop assuming and actually start asking. You stop reacting emotionally and you actually try to understand. And that is where you stop overthinking and actually start observing. You start to see things for what they are, not for what benefits you. And it's a hard shift to make, but once you realize that, it will improve all your relationships drastically. Chapter number 4, how to actually become unstoppable. Because yes, that shift is what is going to get you to become the most amazing and powerful version of yourself, because nothing can stop you now. Once you realize that people don't care, that their opinion doesn't matter, that is where you start to realize that they have their own life. They cannot be a constant hater of your life. And if they are, well, that's a sad way to live. So now you're finally free. You're free to experience things. You're free to fail without it meaning anything about you. You are free to stop overthinking and actually start that thing that was scaring you. That is that shift that made me start this. It made me start my channel, my social media, because I realized that no one actually cared. Everybody has their own life. There are 8 billion people on the planet. People don't have the time to judge you, to analyze every single thing you do. And that is a good thing, because it means you can literally start anything and no one can stop you. You don't become unstoppable by being the center of everything. You become unstoppable when you realize you don't have to be. You don't have to be in every room. You don't have to be in every conversation. You just have to be there when it matters. You have to be there when something matters to you, when you want to fight for it, when you want to dedicate your time for it. But you don't have to constantly be seen for your actions to matter. And finally, chapter number 5, how to actually apply this. Now that you realize that this main character mindset was keeping you stuck all along, how do you actually let go of it completely and step into the most powerful version of yourself? Well, it comes down to 3 main things. Number 1, you have to stop assuming. Instead of assuming something about someone, ask. If there's a misunderstanding, ask. Stop making up a movie in your head. That is going to give you so much more clarity about everything. Whether it's something you don't understand about someone, whether it's something you don't understand about something you're building, ask questions. Number 2, catch yourself when you make things personal. Ask yourself, is this actually about me, or am I making this about me? Start seeing things for what they are, instead of just making the best of it to flatter your ego. And finally, number 3, focus on what you can control. You cannot control other people's perception of you, but you can control your actions and your reactions to what those people do, to what those people say. When someone does something bad towards you, how do you react? This is their action. You cannot control how they act towards you, but you can control how you react to them. The main character mindset tells you that everything is about you, that you should be the center of your life. But in reality, that mindset is what gives you so many struggles on how to take actions, on how to relate to others. Because putting yourself at the same level as other people, because we are all normal people, that is what makes you a better person. It makes you more successful. It makes you more emotionally intelligent. It makes you a better partner. It makes you a better friend. And that is what makes you unstoppable. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. You can follow for more content like this. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok for more tips and more similar content. And I will see you in the next video.